Do you know the difference between the 800 candidates whom I mentored to clear this CSE exam and those thousands of students who are not able to clear it? An IAS topper understands the directives of UPSC as well as the directives given by the mentors. They understand where to use keywords, where to use the facts, where to use case studies, where to dynamically write the subheadings, how to compartmentalize the answer, how to read between the lines and solve all the questions which UPSC has directly asked and which UPSC evaluator expects you to write. There are various directives: critically analyze, comments, illustrations, elucidate, examine, etc. They understand the difference between all these directives. Hi, this is MK Yadav, the founder of the IAS Hub. After my learning of mentoring 800 students, I am coming up with a 5 days workshop for how to write the answers with the name Science of Answer Writing. There will be 5 sessions in this particular video course. In the first day, we will discuss for 3 to 4 hours how to write a good introduction. What is the difference between a good introduction and a bad introduction? What are the different types of introduction we have? Whether an irony-based introduction should be there, a definition-based introduction should be there, a fact-based introduction should be there, and current affairs-based introduction should be there, and historical-based introduction should be there. Comparison of an SHG with India's preamble should be there, etc. 30 to 35 introductions of toppers we will cover in the class, and I will make you sit in the class and write introduction for 15 to 20 questions. Second day and the third day we are going to cover the body component, the multiple dimensions which we need to generate, how to write 15 points in a 10 marker and almost 20 points in a 15 marker answer. Once we have 15 points in a 10 marker, then we will submerge these points into 10 to 12 points. On the third day, I'm going to ask you to sit in the class and write those 15 bodies of those answers. On the fourth day, we are going to cover the conclusion. The conclusion impacts, actually it creates an impact on the evaluator's mind. If we have a very futuristic, a visionary conclusion will be there, that will help you to fetch those extra half marks. Every time I told my students it is easy to fetch 75 to 80 marks in GS answers, but it becomes very challenging to fetch 100 and 105 marks in each GS paper. Those extra half marks and 1 marks will be my focus in the Science of Answer Writing program. Every IAS aspirant, whether you are writing 2022 or 2023, should enroll for this Science of Answer Writing program, and let's start from the scratch that how to write these answers. Once we will pass through this process, then we can join any of the test series. The major problem or the major hindrance a student is having is that even if I join a test series in which I have to write 20 questions or 10 questions in a go, and that will be evaluated by somebody, not face-to-face evaluation will be there. So the input which you will get through a test series, that you haven't write a good introduction, that introduction is bad, but how to replace that bad introduction with a good introduction. So by covering this particular course, you will have a very good idea that how to start your answer writing. This will be good for the candidates who are writing mains 2022 as well as for the candidates who are going to write 2023. Once internalize the Science of Answer Writing, each one of you will be able to write your answers in 7 to 8 minutes, which is the demand of UPSC. This is a skill which every UPSC aspirant must learn once, and once you have learned this skill, you can master it again. Thank you so much.
As you all know, we have started a new initiative for CSE Mains 2022, and it is called Science of Answer Writing. I am Ridul Purohit. I am going to deal with ethics under the Science of Answer Writing project. Science of Answer Writing, why it is called? Have you given a thought why it is called Science of Answer Writing? And when it comes to ethics, which by nature is kind of subjective, does this term apply to it? Yes, obviously. Because science of answer writing is that there is certain kind of structure, there is certain kind of organization and language, there is certain kind of perspective that examiner is going to check. And if you develop that perspective via answer writing practice, via discussions, via brainstorming, you can also achieve good marks in ethics. Have you ever thought that people have said that ethics has very less syllabus but still they are not able to get marks? Have you ever given a thought that what if everybody is going to write the same sort of content, how the examiner will differentiate between the content? Have you ever given a thought that if you do not have a flair of writing, how actually that content would be transmitted to marks? I think most of you haven't. So let us learn certain tricks of the business, certain tricks of trade, from wherein it will make our journey easy in this complete process. And when it comes to ethics, I give another perspective to science of answer writing. It should also be called art of answer writing, because it entails, with respect to ethics, it entails certain kind of creativity from the aspirants to write answers in a given amount of time. You must be knowing, all of you, those who have given mains before, that when it comes to ethics, it becomes really little bit difficult to manage time in the exam. People give more time to case studies thinking that they will be rewarded more. But when the marks are out, they still are not able to get 110 plus marks, 115 plus marks, because that also depends upon the marking of the pattern. Few of my students have got 148 marks in ethics, but that year UPSC was lenient in marking in ethics. This year people have got around 110 plus in ethics, 115 plus. This year it was little bit strict in marking. We will discuss all these concepts via our interaction under science of answer writing. I would be majorly taking ethics, and there will be 4 classes where I will be interacting with you all. 2 classes would be devoted to part A, wherein we will be discussing few concepts that can help us get more marks. How to handle code-based questions, statement-based questions, because these are the most trickiest area of the complete syllabus. People do not know how to tackle these questions. And mind you, if there is a simple question on what is emotional intelligence, what is attitude, what should be the bureaucratic aptitude for a person to be a better civil servant or ethical civil servant, if there are such straightforward questions, you would have the content to tackle them. But when it comes to subjective questions, open-ended questions, codes, people do not know how to tackle them. It is this we are going to learn in 2 sessions, and the next 2 sessions we would be discussing case studies. I have interacted with many people who say, sir, we devoted 2 hours to case studies, but we have not got proportionate marks in the mains exam. This is all because you have learnt, you have mechanically tried to cram the content of the case study. Rather, what you should learn is the creativity of answering the case study. What I say that cramming will not help help you in ethics exam. What will help you is rather developing certain kind of perspective for ethics. Let's meet during the classes and discuss certain approaches that will help us in mains examination. So again, all the best to all of you who are going to write mains, as prelims prelims result is already out. I wish that nobody of you should waste any single minute now going forward, because these 75 days are going to determine how you perform in the mains examination. Thank you.